All praise is due to Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. We seek His guidance and forgiveness, and we ask Him to send peace and blessings upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his family, and his companions. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, as we approach the blessed month of Ramadan, it is important to prepare ourselves not just for fasting, but for making the most out of this sacred time. While Ramadan is an opportunity for immense blessings, it is also a time when many of us unknowingly make mistakes that can reduce the rewards we earn. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Perhaps a fasting person will get nothing from his fast except hunger and thirst." Ibn Majah. This shows us that fasting is not just about abstaining from food and drink, but also about purifying our hearts, actions, and intentions. In this video, we will remind ourselves about common mistakes in Ramadan and how to avoid them so that we can maximize our rewards and draw closer to Allah. Glorified and exalted is He. The first mistake we make is that we tend to focus only on hunger and thirst. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that fasting is only about avoiding food and drink. While these are essential aspects, fasting is meant to teach us self-discipline, patience, and gratitude. We can avoid this mistake by focusing on the spiritual aspects of fasting, such as increased prayer, Quran recitation, and good character. Also, we can remind ourselves that Ramadan is a time to purify the soul and draw closer to Allah, not just a diet plan. Another mistake is sleeping all day and missing prayers. Many people alter their schedules in Ramadan, staying up all night and sleeping most of the day. While it is okay to adjust your routine, missing Fajr, Dhuhr, or Asr prayers due to sleep is a major mistake. We can keep a balanced sleep schedule that allows us to fulfill our daily responsibilities and spiritual duties so that we can maximize our benefits from Ramadan. Brothers and sisters in Islam, let us remember that Salah is more important than fasting itself, so let us plan our naps wisely so they do not interfere with our prayer times. The other common mistake is overeating at iftar and suhoor. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Ramadan is about self-control, yet some people eat excessively at iftar and suhoor, making it difficult to pray or focus on worship. We do not have to overeat just because we have been fasting. Overeating after fasting is not health for the body. And as we have seen, it can make us miss out on Taraweeh and other prayers, thus reducing our ibadats. I encourage us to eat in moderation, following the sunnah of the Prophet, peace be upon him, who advised, "The son of Adam fills no vessel worse than his stomach." Tirmidhi. Let us break our fast with dates and water, then eat a light, nutritious meal. We should avoid fried, heavy foods that make you sluggish during Taraweeh and Qiyamul Layl. Mistake number 4 is wasting time on entertainment and social media. This is a big one since many of us spend hours on TV, movies, or social media instead of using Ramadan for spiritual growth. Unfortunately, some content on these platforms is haram, and this can ruin your Ramadan. We should do our best to limit screen time and focus on acts of worship, such as Quran recitation, dhikr, and making dua. In order to protect yourself in and outside Ramadan, you can uninstall unnecessary apps or set daily limits on social media usage. Brothers and sisters in Islam, let us use our time wisely by engaging in Islamic lectures, family discussions, or charity work. Mistake number 5 is neglecting the Quran. In our daily struggles of balancing between family, work, and our own personal lives, we often find no enough time to focus on the Book of Allah, yet we need all the guidance it can offer, so that we can navigate life smoothly. Ramadan being the month of the Quran, in which it was revealed. I encourage us to create time for the Book of Allah because of the immense blessings and benefits that we can derive from focusing on it. Let us read and understand it. Dear brothers and sisters, let us set a daily target for Quran recitation. Even if it's just one page or a few verses, this in long run will be more beneficial than not trying at all. We should try to read with understanding by reflecting on the meanings and applying them in our lives. Also, let us attend Quran study circles or listen to tafsir of the Quran on a daily basis, even after Ramadan is over. Mistake number 6 is losing patience and engaging in arguments. Fasting is meant to teach self-restraint, yet some people become irritable and engage in unnecessary disputes. We gain nothing from trying to win an argument that you would be better off not to indulge in. If you feel frustrated, remember the hadith. When one of you is fasting, he should avoid obscene speech and arguing. If someone fights or insults him, he should say, "I am fasting." Bukhari, Muslim. Let us control our anger and practice forgiveness and patience. Remember that a kind word and good manners hold immense rewards in Islam. The 7th mistake is not making enough dua. Many people forget the power of dua, missing out on the chance to ask Allah for blessings and forgiveness in this blessed month, when the gates of Jannah are opened and the gates of hell are closed, and the devils are chained. Let us utilize these special times for making dua, especially before iftar, during suhoor, and in the last third of the night, when Allah, glorified and exalted is He, comes to the first heaven and asks His slaves for what they want, so that He can grant them their requests. Let us also make a dua list for ourselves, our families, and the ummah. Use the powerful dua taught by the Prophet, peace be upon him, for Laylatul Qadr. Allahumma innaka afuwun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. O Allah, you are most forgiving, and you love forgiveness, so forgive me. The 8th mistake is not seeking Laylatul Qadr properly. Some people assume that Laylatul Qadr, the night of decree, falls only on the 27th night, causing them to neglect worship on other odd nights. We are taught to look for Laylatul Qadr on all the odd nights in the last 10 days of Ramadan. So, beloved brothers and sisters, let us not take chances by focusing on only one day. Let us worship Allah every day of our lives and look for Laylatul Qadr on all the last odd nights in Ramadan. Let us increase worship during all the last 10 nights, especially on the odd-numbered nights, 21st, 23rd, 25th, 27th, and 29th, and engage in extra prayer, Quran recitation, and charity on these nights. Ask Allah for forgiveness, as Laylatul Qadr is a night of immense mercy. The second last mistake is being inconsistent in worship. Some people start Ramadan with enthusiasm but gradually lose motivation as the month progresses. We should strive to be consistent with our ibadat, as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said. The most beloved deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if they are small. Sahih al-Bukhari 6464 and Sahih Muslim 782. We should set realistic goals for prayer, Quran recitation, and charity from the beginning of the blessed month of Ramadan. Let us stay motivated by reminding ourselves of the rewards of Ramadan and surrounding ourselves with pious companions. And let us make Ramadan a stepping stone for permanent positive changes in our faith and habits. The last but not least mistake is not preparing for Eid spiritually. Many people focus only on shopping and celebrations for Eid, forgetting the spiritual essence of Ramadan. We should remember to pay Zakat ul-Fitr before Eid Salah to purify our fast. Let us make a lot of dua on the last night of Ramadan as it is a time when Allah forgives sins. And let us strive to maintain the good habits we would have built in Ramadan and continue acts of worship beyond Eid. My dear brothers and sisters, Ramadan is a special gift from Allah, and we must strive to make the most of it by avoiding the above-mentioned common mistakes. By being mindful of our intentions, actions, and spiritual duties, we can maximize the rewards and blessings of this holy month. May Allah grant us the ability to fast sincerely, pray wholeheartedly, and emerge from Ramadan as better Muslims. May He accept our worship and grant us Jannah. Ameen. Wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Share this message with your family and friends, and do not forget to subscribe to Seekers of Jannah for more spiritual enlightenment content like this.